What is up, everybody? Chase here with Alan, and this week is going to be a special edition of the Wrestling Roundtable. Normally, we go dive in deep with the professional wrestling talk, but this week we decided, well, this month actually, we decided to do a yearly annual award show. Yes, I know the year is not over yet, but let's face it. I mean, to be honest, WWE, they're going to be at the slow point where they'll just have like the recap shows, the tribute to the troops. So, in all honesty, um, to be honest, it's a good time to do an award show. So, Alan, introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? Sounds Third here.
Yeah, so we're gonna do awards. We have a bunch of awards. The award categories will be down below, so you guys know what the awards are, and the winners will be down there too. I think me and Alan sometimes may have a different winner, but the first award category is best non-finisher, meaning a move in professional wrestling that's just fun to watch all around in general. Just a move that when a superstar performs it, you kind of get excited a little bit. And Alan, non-finishers are kind of important in wrestling. I mean, there's a lot of good ones. And for me, my best non-finisher this year is that weird power bomb flip suplex thing that Jeff Hardy did. I mean, I've seen him do it a couple of times, especially on Austin Aries and Samoa Joe. They sell that move like a champ, but that move just looks sick. It looks like something new in Jeff Hardy's repertoire that I've been missing from him. And I really like that move. So that's my best non-finisher this year.
Wasn't up there with me, but yeah, I definitely like that move. Jeff Hardy, as we know, is champion. I think he's doing a good job as champion.
Yeah, TNA needs to feature him more. He's kind of giving that weird CM Punk non-featuring. What's that all about?
Yeah, totally. Well, is you see, look who's starting the show and ending the show. It's mostly the awful Hogan storyline with Bully Ray. But for me, my favorite non-finisher, this is very popular. Some people might be finding it lame, but I always mark out for the Antonio Cesaro uppercut. That move is just
yeah, that is a good move. That is a good move. Cesaro performs that really because like you don't know what he's gonna do. He has them over the shoulders, and then he just throws them and uppercuts them. It's like wow, that move is awesome.
And he does it sometimes like Tyson Kidd, Justin Gabriel, like when they're flying in the air, he just does it spot on.
Yeah,
it's just great.
That European uppercut's sick. He has a great European uppercut.
Love them, and I guarantee you by in 3 to 5 months, you'll see like a YouTube highlight reel of Cesaro uppercuts, like the most viewed video per week.
Yeah, even Sheamus can sell that move pretty well, and Sheamus is a big guy, so I really do like that move. That is a good move by Cesaro, and so pretty much congratulations, Jeff Hardy and Antonio Cesaro. You won some awards on here. I hope you guys are happy about that. Anyways, the next award is Mike Skills of the Year, and you need Mike Skills to be a good professional wrestler. I mean, you can't just come in and be dull and boring. I mean, look at the guys that are dull and boring. They don't have Mike Skills. Like, come on. You can't be successful without them. And for Mike Skills of the Year, there's a lot of good candidates. CM Punk, Chris Jericho. But for me, this year, the Mike Skills of the Year has to go to probably Paul Heyman. I think Paul Heyman has done a really good job on the mic this year, including being Brock Lesnar's mouthpiece, because last time Brock Lesnar talked, we heard him say negotiations 80 million times, and he was just lost without him. Like, it really, I just feel Paul Heyman has really elevated Brock's mic skills, made Brock look more like a legit threat, and I really felt he got the most out of Triple H and Stephanie, and I felt I mean, CM Punk doesn't really need him, but I just really think that he definitely has he's been the better mic worker. I was going to say Bobby Roode, but Bobby Roode later down the line has been, kind of falling off. And I didn't want to say a certain someone because I think you may say him, but if not, I got to give this guy an honorable mention. So who is your mic worker of the year?
I'll never forget that role when I think it was Lesnar and Laurie Knight. It's two not terrible, two guys you just don't want to hear on the mic. Yep. Like a 10-minute contract signing main event. Just oh god. But great choice for Heyman. He's definitely up there. You know what, Punk, even though he had that bad run as a face where he was out of angle, but he's so good at just being like a snarky asshole. I could say that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he's definitely elevated his game. Even though I do prefer my favorite heel Punk was with the straight side. But no, I'm definitely enjoying his run. Bobby Roode, he's great, but I will admit he is a little bit down in his performance. I thought earlier in 2012 he was really on top of his game.
Agreed.
Now, just like it's solid, but I think it could be better. So for me, I'm going to go with Punk. Although if Jericho was here longer, probably done with Jericho. But
Yeah.
I'll go Punk.
Same here. And the honorable mention, and the only reason why is because when I look at mic workers, I want to see if he can get the best out of each person. Christopher Daniels, he did a great job on the mic this year. But the problem is, AJ Styles is still stiff on the mic, so he couldn't get much out of AJ Styles. And
He made that good rip on WWE with AJ.
Oh yeah, yeah. He did get a good rip in there. He did, but he slurred his words a little bit in that promo. Like he messed up like 5 or 6 times. So
Typical.
I don't know what's up with AJ Styles because he can now he's losing all these matches. I don't know what they're gonna do with him right now in TNA. The comeback of the year, pretty much a wrestler whose year last year sucked really bad. It sucked so bad that the year that they had now is just remarkable. And no doubt in my mind, and you'll agree with me on this one, the comeback of the year goes to Samoa Joe. Last year, this dude was negative 2 points in the Bound for Glory series. I think he was feuding with the Pope over an Asian woman. I mean, he was just irrelevant in TNA. And it was like, wow, why is Samoa Joe so irrelevant in the TNA storylines? I mean, this guy was a former X Division world champion for TNA, was once one of the main faces of TNA. And then all of a sudden, he's just wearing this weird tribal paint tattoo, beating up Devon Dudley for no reason. It's like, and now we got Joe has re-risen. We got Samoa Joe back from like 2005 to 2006, 2007 that we all love. And I think Samoa Joe is definitely the comeback wrestler of the year.
Isn't it funny that ever since they announced, I think late October of 11 was when Vince Russo was gone and then bring in Bruce Pritchard. I honestly think Vince Russo played a big part in maybe Joe's demise.
Yeah.
I just being too skeptical.
No, I think you're right. I think maybe that Vince Russo, because like if you think about Vince Russo, like how many big guys did he really push when he was in WCW? Like not a lot of big guys really got to push, and I think he didn't like Joe, and I think Joe, because Joe's like an outspoken person, he's not going to sit there and take bullshit. I mean, he knows what's right, what's wrong. I mean, you know his friends in the business. He's friends with CM Punk, John Cena, guys who are very outspoken themselves. So why should he not be outspoken? Like I think maybe Vince Russo didn't like if you stepped on his toes a little bit. Like you have to kiss his ass like Jeff Jarrett to actually do good. So
it just seemed like if you look at like the timelines, it just seemed like
mm-hmm.
it was like that. But yeah, my pick's definitely Joe. You know, he was like Crimson's bitch for 3 or 4 months. He just had a terrible run.
Oh,
I know
good.
people may consider Sheamus, but let's not forget Sheamus got a huge push with Mark Henry. That feud kind of elevated him as a face. And then from like August to December, I don't think he lost clean once. So definitely can't go with Sheamus. I think the easy pick here is Samoa Joe.
Yeah, Samoa Joe is because like
2 reigns this year.
Because other people, it's just like they haven't like some people you could say maybe Kofi Kingston, but he's still in the same position he's at now, and maybe I guess Dolph Ziggler, but even though he is Mr. Money in the Bank and facing John Cena at a big pay-per-view tomorrow, but still, it's just like I don't know. Do you really say Dolph Ziggler? Like I'm just going with Samoa Joe now. The most disappointing wrestler of the year or moment, and you can choose either a storyline or a wrestler, and I'm going to choose a storyline and a wrestler.
I'll do both.
My storyline that has been so disappointing, and for me, just because of all the hype, all the video packages, it was earlier in the year that we got the Chris Jericho return segment stuff. It was just like it was so overhyped, and the return itself, yeah, it was good for Jericho to get heat, but the whole not talking type of thing, it was just getting dull, and then all he said, the end of the world will come, and then the world didn't end or some bullshit. Like it was just a weird thing. I just couldn't get into it. I thought that was very disappointing, especially for a guy like Chris Jericho who does a lot of great stuff in the professional wrestling business. And my most disappointing wrestler has to be Mr. Anderson this year. Last year, Mr. Anderson, he was a wrestler that you could see maybe future TNA World Champion for longer than 3 weeks. Now he's just like Mr. McJobber. He jobs to everyone. He has stupid brown generic hair. He looks like when Dolph Ziggler had his hair brown. He looks like he looks like a jobber now. Like he doesn't even
Yeah,
look like a superstar. He doesn't.
where is he? I
Huh?
haven't seen him in like 2 months.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he's disappointing. I mean, the last time I saw him, Austin Aries like hit him with the brass knucks, and they had that terrible backstage segment where the cameraman was like, "Cut."
Oh, and then they're like, "Who's an asshole? I'm an asshole," you know.
Yeah.
Just,
So
then he gets injured always. How was it, like 8 injuries this year? Like, it's
yeah.
always interesting. I don't know. I've never been a fan, but for me, most disappointing storyline or like a moment. I honestly, this is gonna come off a little like edgy or whatever. Some people like disagree, but I really was solely tuned out of Taker and Triple H. Like some of
Fortune
their promos
Bane.
was just like, God, get me out of here. And then with the whole Metallica thing, I'm just like,
God, that song was stuck in my head. And when the stupidest part was when Triple H and Undertaker were staring at each other in the middle of the ring. It's like fortune, fame, and the song playing in the background as the cage is rolling. I'm like, what the fuck is? I kind of agree with that because it's like they just did so like they were trying to like hit Shawn Michaels could turn on Triple H and it didn't happen. It was just I liked the match, but it was just like it didn't happen. It's just like why would you hype all this up for nothing?
I'll give HBK props though. He really sold the match well.
Oh
Like
yeah.
his promos forward, just not couldn't get into it, but he really did some great sell moves. And for Mr. Disappointing Wrestler here, a lot of people are gonna be shocked by this. But after such a great 2011, like he was one of the hottest guys in 2011, but he has not done a damn thing to control. I know he's been injured lately, but I'm going with Cody Rhodes because I was super high on Rhodes 2011. I was there at Survivor Series, and remember the 5-on-5 match? It was Team Barrett versus
Yeah.
Team Orton. Yeah. Other than Orton, nobody got a bigger pop than Cody Rhodes, and he was a heel. Bigger pop than Sheamus, bigger pop than Kofi or Sin Cara or whoever. He was huge in the guard. There were Cody chants. I was like, wow, this guy's the real deal. And he put on some great matches. His promos were getting better. I love the baggers, but what has he done in 2012?
Lose to the Big Show. Lose to the Big Show. I don't know. That's pretty much
He
it.
has
Like,
nice matches with Booker T here and there. And then I think I enjoyed his matches with Christian. I was there, no way out. But for a guy that had so much buzz in 2011, and he hasn't done a damn thing until 2012. Now he has the mustache. I don't know where he's going to go. Was he next Rick Rude? I don't know. Ravishing Cody Rhodes.
I don't even know what's up with Cody Rhodes because like after like they got rid of the face mask, it was just kind of like, oh well, he's just another normal dude that has a nice smile.
Yeah, you know. And he's still young. I'm sure he'll bounce back. He's not like Mr. Anderson. I don't know how old Mr. Anderson, but he's
like
has
32.
To be in some 30s, right?
Yeah.
So Cody still has time, but for a guy who had so much buzz in 2011, like people were calling him next future champion, and I thought he was. I thought he was a top contender for Money in the Bank.
Oh yeah.
Just I don't know. I've been disappointed.
Yeah, I was going to go to Cody Rhodes. I was like leaning towards Cody Rhodes. I was gonna say Kurt Angle, but he's done some shit, I guess, a little bit. But definitely, and another like, I forgot what another disappointing moment to me was Shawn Michaels and Triple H. That whole like Shawn Michaels like, I knew you should have wrestled Hunter. You should have done it. And then Triple H was like saying he was retiring, and I was like, what? That was just a dreadful moment. And now the Pink Slip of the Year award, which means this guy needs to be fired. One from TNA, one from WWE. You guys should know me by now. The one from TNA is Gunner. Gunner must leave this company. Gunner must go to like CZW or like California Country Wrestling or something where I don't see him anymore. I don't want to see you anymore, Gunner. You have some potential, but that potential is too little for me to say you should stay. Gunner, you're gone. And the one pink slip for WWE, really, to be honest, I kind of do like the roster. If I had to choose someone just to pink slip them, I'd probably say Santino Marella.
Wow.
His shtick is getting kind of old, and he's entertaining, but it's just like I've old like maybe him or who's the other like what's another guy that just is like I do, or maybe JTG since he just jobs to Brodus Clay half the time. I don't know what one person that just I care about Santino, but it's just like I like the WWE roster as it is now. Like they have some. I like the group that they have. I think this group could meld out to be something special if given time. It's just that I wouldn't want to get rid of like a lot of people from WWE. I kind of like them, so I'm just saying Santino.
Yeah, Santino's getting a little stale, but I always enjoyed him. I don't care for his in-ring work, but if you want
Mm.
to talk about 2012 months for Santino, you gotta admit you loved his thing with Daniel Bryan.
Oh yeah,
That
definitely.
crowd was going crazy, but yeah, I think he had a good year this year, Santino, when you look at it, but
He had that.
nah,
He had like the Jeremy Lin moment. There, WWE's like, oh hey, look, the Asian's doing good in basketball. Like that was a good moment. I do enjoy watching that chamber just to see the crowd like freak out if Santino's gonna win the title, but they just dropped the opportunity on him, and like Zack Ryder also has been doing bad too. Like I don't know, people that are doing bad, just get them gone. You don't want to use them right.
or TNA, if I could fire somebody that not named Brooke Hogan, um, yeah, Gunner's a good pick, but for me, even though he's not on TV, I just hate Crimson. I just don't want him around. God, he's not around right now, but I just don't see any reason to keep him around. I think he's been a huge flop. And
Yeah.
speaking of flops, I wouldn't want to fire him because he's good talent, but for someone that's been pretty hyped up, what has Chavo Guerrero done? The tag team champion. I Push Fernandez is cool, but people are really hyping him up, and I'm just like, I don't know. And for WWE, it's simple. I think I've been saying the same guy since 2010. And look, I don't care if he's a lawyer or whatever, or with this stupid coffee mug, but I've hated David Otunga since the minute I've watched him. He has not improved a single bit. They don't trust him in the ring. I can't remember the last time he's won a match, and thank God he's never won a singles title. I probably shouldn't. Like, I remember he was cutting a promo. I think he interrupted Dolph Ziggler, and he said, "Oh, Dolph, you're just jealous of me. I'm gonna be a future world champion one day." I'm like, what? World champion? I'm not watching the show anymore.
Yeah, it's like for me, I feel David Otunga, he had the potential to be the next coach, Jonathan Coachman, like that one guy that everyone can laugh at. They don't really hate the guy. They just think he's kind of funny. He's enjoy like I miss the coach. I mean, I miss that whipping boy that The Rock had or that everyone had. I felt David Otunga is more like David Otunga is better used as a just like as a gimmick character that doesn't wrestle, but when he wrestles, it's just like you're right, he hasn't improved. I mean, he has the
How long
look.
has he been here for? Like 5 years, but developmental. I
Yeah.
know he's up on TV since 2010, but he's been here forever.
I mean,
Nothing's changed.
like he has the look and potential to improve, but he just hasn't. I mean, he still does the same moves. Like I don't even know what his finisher is. Like what is David Otunga's finisher?
Some crappy spine buster.
So what Batista does. So he pretty much just does a Batista spinebuster, except with no Batista bomb. I mean, it's just that if he was just used like Jonathan Coachman, where he's just like a kiss ass to the GM, I'd love it. But
It'd be cool.
yeah, you
Yes,
know,
I'm just tired of him, and yeah, it's been the same thing with him, and he doesn't. And you notice like he tries to. He's all big, but like he has one of the most feminine voices. Like he makes John Morrison. And I love John Morrison. Don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan, but Morrison's never had good promo skills. And Otunga, he just doesn't come off intimidating anyway. So,
yeah. If he had like a Titus O'Neil type voice, he would look like he would sound more of a badass, but he doesn't. He just has like a he just
hey,
huh? Oh yeah, MVP type voice. You
it's
know,
not like a thuggish voice,
maybe David Otunga does talk Dougish. We just don't get to hear it because he's a Harvard lawyer, undefeated apparently. I don't know what he does, but he's undefeated in that. Um, yeah. So those are our pink slips. You know, they need to be gone. That's pretty much it. Worst diva of the year, and really, to be honest, the divas division has just been, and even the knockouts division has just been taking a total dive. Divisions that we once cared about, divisions that we just thought that had bright future in them, they just took a bomb, like someone nuked it or something. Someone just nuked the divas division and decided to get rid of every single one of them, which is ridiculous to me. And
yeah.
really, to be honest, worst diva this year, it's so hard to just choose one because Alicia Fox deserves this award. Oksana, even though she does look cute in dresses, like she deserves one. I mean, Eve has improved, so I'm not gonna give it to her. Natalia hasn't done shit, but why should I give it to her? She's one of the best talents. Like Tamina, what the fuck is she doing on this roster? Like, what is her problem? Like, she has like a blood heritage, but they don't use that to the full effect. Like, Oh God, there's just so
Wasn't she
many.
getting pushed, but then she just lost to AJ?
Yeah, what the
They just
hell is
gave it away
that?
on free television. Didn't even do a pay-per-view on it.
Exactly. That should be a pay-per-view match. Like, to be honest, it's just like you look at the talent. Like, most of the divas deserve this award. Most of these divas deserve to be worst diva of the year because some of them just don't put in any effort. Like, none of these divas to me put any effort into the work they do in the ring. Like Eve, she's improved so much. Like, people like still bash her, but she added like submissions to her repertoire, and it
Oh,
makes sense. Like, she starts doing the ankle lock now, and it's like, yeah, well, she knows Brazilian jiu-jitsu in real life. Like, she's not an idiot when it comes to it. So I don't know. It's just like, to me, if I were to just choose one, I'd probably say Oksana or Rosa Mendez. Like, I don't care if she looks hot, she just doesn't do shit. She hasn't won one match since being in the WWE since like 2007. What?
yeah. I'm actually gonna go with this. But you know what's really let me down? I should up there. I don't know why. I just can't stand her. Is Madison Rain.
Oh God,
She just plays the hell
she's
out of me. And that
another
girl
one.
Heather storyline was just terrible. And I just never cared for Madison Rain. But I can't give it to her. I think at least she knows how somewhat works. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not the worst. Like she's had a few matches with Caitlyn, who's another one that's just terrible.
Oh,
Like I know she's
Caitlyn.
hot, whatever, and she has some appeal, but Caitlyn is no ring presence.
How does she win over AJ in the NXT Diva season is what I always try to figure out because AJ has talent. They
Yeah.
see people don't realize because AJ gets forced down our throats. She is talented,
Oh, definitely.
but the WWE doesn't use her talent to make us care for her. Instead, they want us to have stupid storylines with her where she's dating Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, and Kane and Cena. Like, no, that's not AJ. AJ should be just cute little lucha libre wrestler.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, I definitely can't with AJ. Sometimes her promos are pretty bad, but like she could work. I remember she had a match with Layla in like September, and they opened up SmackDown. I was like, what the hell? A Divas match is opening up SmackDown? What is this? Freaking 2001?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it was a pretty good match. So yeah, no, mine's not. She can't do anything, and
Yeah.
she did nothing for Antonio Cesaro.
Yeah, well, they took her off. Like, it was so random. I'm like, wow, Cesaro actually looks better without like Oksana. Yeah, she's hot and all. Like, I get why guys like drool over her, but really, to be honest, this year she was like flirting with Teddy Long, and then she moved on to Cesaro, and then she attacked like Caitlyn for some reason. Like, she thinks she's like a Divas contender. Like, what? No, she's no contender for the title. That's just BS. No, I'm not gonna believe that. But time to move on to good divas, diva of the year. And this is hard to choose in all honesty because like I've liked what Tessmacher, Tara, Eve, and uh, Beth Phoenix before she got buried did this year. So it's really hard for me to just choose one. But I think I'm going to go with Tessmacher. I think Tessmacher has improved in the ring. She is sloppy still at times, but I think she did improve in the ring a lot. And she did have a great moment when winning the Knockouts Championship. I don't think she should have lost it, especially with Big Brother 10 and 11, 12,
Oh
13,
God.
14 star Jesse Goddard came out there. And trust me, I've watched, I'm a Big Brother fan, and Jesse was a terrible player in the game. Like, he was just bad. And
I should be Taz right now, not knowing what number it is.
no, he's been on those seasons. No, he's been on those seasons. He was on
Okay.
10 as a competitor, 11 as a competitor, 12 as a special guest, 13 as a special guest, and 14 as a special guest.
I just remember Taz is like saying like 8 different numbers, and like Mike Tenay called him. And I was like, oh god.
No, he's been
My
a lot.
diva. Oh, so you're picking Tessmacher?
Yeah, I'm picking Tessmacher. I think she's done great stuff this year.
It's a decent pick. I don't know. I
Yeah,
think I missed her early one. I don't know. I was at TNA a little bit, but I did watch all the summer, and she did improve. But my pick, honestly, and it's a girl I want fired before, but this year I'm gonna give it to Eve Torres. As crazy as it
yeah.
sounds.
I was gonna give it to Eve, but I was just like, Eve didn't like break out to me until she became full on heel. Like, when she was just kind of like mixed, I didn't really care that much. But when she became full on heel with the assistant general manager job and all that other stuff, I really liked Eve this year. But
Yeah, I thought Eve did, and oh god, 2010, 2011. Oh, I couldn't stand her. She was just her bland face character, but she's always looked good. No one can deny that. And like we said, she's really improved in the ring. And you know what's interesting? Because I think this is gonna happen. Layla, not Layla. God. AJ and Eve rumored to have a Mania match. I think that would be
That
good. They're the two most, I guess, popular
Divas.
Divas. Yeah, and there's been rumored to have that match. I think it could be a pretty damn good match. And
Yeah, I
for the
think those
first time in, I don't know since what WrestleMania, but you
22.
actually have a good singles Diva match at
WrestleMania
WrestleMania.
22 was the last good one. Mickey James, Trish
Oh, yeah.
Stratus.
I don't know what I was doing.
That was
And
it.
looking back on this, oh man, I'm still sad we never got to see Karma against Beth because that was a huge rumored one.
Yeah.
And that still let me down. But no, I think Layla, God, why keep bringing Layla? AJ against Eve should be a pretty damn good match for it to happen. And
Yeah, I would like to see it. If they play, I think they could do a good job with it, as long as no other divas get involved, and as long as it doesn't become a lumberjill match, and as long as there's no special guest bullshit woman celebrity that I don't give a shit about. So yeah, I think it would be a good match if given the
don't
right
forget
time.
AJ is from Jersey, so I think she'll get a pretty nice
Oh,
pop.
she will get a big
So,
pop.
and I think she'll be like a first-time Divas champion. Wow, look at me, I'm already booking this. Yeah, I think it'll be a cool Divas moment, and we haven't had it in years. There's been so many big Diva moments.
By the way, guys, if you don't know, Alan's actually going to WrestleMania. He lives in the area, and he said, "Fuck it, you know what? I'm going to a WrestleMania. The Rock's gonna be there. Daniel Bryan's gonna be there. CM Punk's gonna be there. Lesnar's gonna be there. Fuck, all these people I want to see are gonna be there. Taker's old ass is gonna show up. I'm going." Pretty much said I'm going. So
damn right I am. I'm excited for it, but let's see how the Rumble plays out.
yeah, the Rumble should be interesting. The Rock just gets a title shot for no reason. He's like, "Yeah, I'm The Rock. I need to get pay-per-view buy somehow. I don't even know if I'm gonna buy the Rumble. TLC does it. If a certain individual named John wins something at TLC, I don't know. I don't know if the Rumble will get a pay-per-view buy from me. Just saying. Just saying. Don't know if it's gonna get a pay-per-view buy. But next up is the tag team of the year, and we've had actually some good tag teams this year, but no tag team has reached a level of success as Team Hell No. Team Hell No is as big as Jericho, and Jericho was like a big deal at the time because really, at the time when the tag team division before Jericho came, we had like no one. We had no one to really like get behind as a tag team. Like Crime Time was interesting for a little bit, but there wasn't really a bunch of good tag teams. But Team Hell No comes along, and they just really steal the show. Like what Hell No did was just added not only what we're missing in the WWE entertainment, but added a great mixture of clash tag teams. That's what we're missing in WWE is those weird oddball tag teams that you can get behind. Like Daniel Bryan's like a technical wrestler and Kane's like a big brute monster. I mean, why would these two be teaming up with each other? And it's just fun entertainment. Some people say they've gone stale. I still enjoy Hell No. I think they put on some very good quality TV when they're not like when I feel if they get featured way too much, like if you feature a whole show around them, kind of gets kind of stale. But if there's just one or two segments and then they wrestle, I love Team Hell No. So Team Hell No is definitely tag team of the year.
Yeah, definitely. I love Team Hell No. I haven't found them still yet because I've always liked both words. Yeah, I'm a huge Kane fan, which may not be too popular on the internet.
No, Kane is one of the biggest. I think Kane is so popular on the internet. It's just like so many got like because the internet's more like a technical fan crazy website. But I feel like if you ask anyone, like Kane is popular because I remember before Money in the Bank, not Money in the Bank. What was the pay-per-view with the triple threat match? No Way Out, was that No Way Out, right? The triple threat one.
Was there?
Yeah. So like I remember some people were like, "Oh, I hope Kane wins the WWE title." So I think Kane's very popular on the internet.
Yeah, and plus, like, he's so respected. You never heard anything bad about him. He's a really cool guy. And obviously, everyone loves Daniel Bryan. He's another great one. So, yeah, that tag team just flows well. They're getting along now. Just such great chemistry. And, yeah, some of the lines are corny, but it's just great stuff. And I'll still never forget Kane and Anger Manager bring up all his past history.
Oh, my goodness.
McMahon's balls and, Baby Vic references. It's just, I think that like funniest moment of the year, and it was just great. And Team Hell No was just brilliant, and like you said, you brought up Jerry Show. Yeah, I think it's the most over tag team since Jerry Show, and there's so many great tag teams. I mean, and another tag team I know you agree with me that's really stepped up is Daniels and Kaz.
the World Tag Team Champions of the world, even though they're no longer that. They still call them. Like I just feel it has helped Kaz so much with Christopher Daniels. It's such a shame that Daniels may never become a world champion in the wrestling business. I mean, it would be nice if they gave him the bone. I mean, in the wrestling business, we've seen Rey Mysterio given the bone in the past. Why not Christopher Daniels? I mean, he's such a hard worker. He's such a tough competitor. I just feel he deserves a spot like that. And
Yeah.
really, to be honest, it's just like with Hell No, like they have those moments. Like I can't wait till they break up. Like when Jericho broke up, or not when they broke up, but when they had those moments where Big Show and Chris Jericho couldn't like be on the same brand. Like Jericho was banned to SmackDown, and then Big Show's like, "Look, man, I gotta take a break from you," and then Jericho's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "It just has to be. I love you, buddy." And then Jericho looks so
Jericho
upset.
petitioning outside. You're a hypocrite. This is an embargo. Dude, Jericho is on fire in 09. Him and Punk. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, their breakup's gonna be interesting. I don't know when it's gonna happen, and it's gonna be cool. I hear a lot of reports that they're gonna be main eventing a Ryback. I thought it was gonna be Cena Ziggler, but it looks like Team Hell No's gonna get a main event role with Ryback. It's gonna be pretty cool.
I mean, the pay-per-view is called TLC. You think they would end the show with the TLC match? I'm looking forward to that match more than Cena Ziggler, because I think that match is going to have a lot of great bright spots in that match. Like, we know Ambrose can work a hardcore match. We know Rollins has good experience and chemistry with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan does good stuff. Kane is good for good bumps. Ryback is just going to be entertaining to throw people through tables. Reigns is going to be the wild card, but other than that, it's going to be a great match. I can't wait till that match happens. Like TLC is a 2-match card. In all honesty, it is just a 2-match card.
But I think Reigns gonna have a lot of pressure on, because we all know about Ambrose and Rollins, and I think this is the pay-per-view where Reigns has to really make an impact. Obviously all three of them have to do big stuff, but nobody knows a lot about Reigns, and I think he's gonna be the most step up.
You know who I think is the worst tag team this year? I honestly think that Rey Mysterio.
Think of this. Go on. I'm gonna think of this.
I honestly think Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara have just been the biggest disappointment of all time. Because when you think about this, Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara, you would think that this tag team right here would actually do shit, would actually get the crowd pumped up. But really, to be honest, Rey Mysterio, like, the crowd, they still pop for him, but not as big as they used to. And Sin Cara, it's just so pathetic when he comes out. No one's cheering, and then his dumb ass has to go to the ramp, wave his fucking hands like, "Fucking cheer for me, motherfuckers! Come on, I'm an international superstar, yeah!" And then the fans barely cheer. I mean,
he's flop, man. I don't hear the rumors, but Alberto Del Rio, they're rumored to push him as a babyface in 2013. I don't think it's gonna work, but stranger things happen.
He has to lie, cheat, and steal if he wants to be a good Mexican babyface.
Yeah, but I heard Sin Cara gets like no reaction, and I don't know. Yeah, it has been a flop. It has been disappointing.
Yeah,
even if they're like them, primetime players are growing on me. I can't say they've annoyed me. No, they've been growing on me.
Yeah. Woo, get it. I mean,
I think it's more on Sin Cara, though. I don't think we can blame Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, no, I'm not blaming Rey. I'm just blaming that the fact that this tag team is not working the way it should. I mean, the way it should work is that Sin Cara should be getting great reaction for this, but he just isn't. Like, I'm a huge Mystico fan, but he's just sucked as of late. He's just terrible. So
yeah, it's been a definite letdown. Yeah.
I mean, Hunico is better than him. Hunico was a better Mystico.
Dude, that bike, man. Oh my god, I used to laugh.
Yeah, where's Hunico and Camacho? Where the fuck are those two?
NXT.
No, those two need to be in the tag team division.
That'd be cool.
I love that little bike. Three man band. They're the next.
Look, I love Drew McIntyre, and I think he fits, but they're just weird. I just can't get into them because Jinder Mahal looks so lost in them. He does not belong.
It's just like a random group. Like I think it's kind of funny sometimes. Like I feel like they're gonna be the next. Like I feel like because WWE's like, well, Kane and Daniel Bryan need to split soon enough because both those fuckers need to be in our main event scene. So we got to put another funny tag team. And since Ryder and Santino are not working out, 3-man band.
Yeah. I saw somebody maybe Johnny Curtis. I know he's doing the
oh yeah,
whatever the hell it's doing. But I feel like Johnny Curtis would have fit pretty well in 3-man.
Oh yeah, instead of Mahal.
Oh my god. Every time I guess fits alright, but
I just love the line where Mahal was like, "May not look like it, but I'm the party animal." Like what? Like what are you saying? But
yeah, the poor man's Muhammad's son. That's like
he's worse. He's not even near Muhammad. He can't
yeah.
touch Muhammad Hassan. Muhammad Hassan was the greatest scene on WWE TV till UPN said, "Oh yeah, we may be a racist network by showing all these black shows, but we don't want that type of racist on there." So yeah.
His promos so lame. And then who could forget that Royal Rumble moment when like 14 people eliminated and they were just like, what? The bar's flipping out in the corner. Thank God.
And the fans were like, USA, USA, when like 4 Canadians and a Mexican and no, 2 Mexicans and 1 American eliminated him. Yeah. Great job, crowd. Great job, crowd in Fresno. I believe that was in Fresno. Yeah, it was in Fresno, California. That's weird.
05 Rumble. That's, I think Batista won that.
Yep. That's kind of weird that they held the Rumble before in California and then WrestleMania in California, and I didn't go to either of those two. That pisses me off.
Shame on
Yeah, I know. Shame on me. My dad went to WrestleMania. He had a ticket for himself. Moving on, though, to the Rookie of the Year. Now, this is for a fresh, new, type of rookie. We've never seen him on TV before, but when he came on TV, we just loved him. And he's just been a great, great performer. And for me, it's kind of hard. I know a lot of people are high on Brad Maddox right now, and there's good reason being he is a great-looking talent. I can understand why, but my Rookie of the Year has to be TNA's Kenny King. I think ever since coming on TV, Kenny King has been doing a stellar job. I feel that TNA is misusing him, and he should be defeating No Job Rob pretty soon because Rob Van Dam does not need the X Division title, and I don't even think Rob Van Dam needs to be wrestling anymore. I think he can make money off selling yoga DVDs. So, I'm choosing Kenny King for Rookie of the Year.
Really? I would consider, even though he was on for a little bit in 06, how about Damien Sandow? I would consider him a rookie, right? Or no?
I'll probably choose him for another award that we have on here.
Alright, in terms of rookies, Cesaro, maybe you could consider. I don't know, there's not a lot out there. I like Kenny King, but like I said, I don't think he's had enough time to show like what he's capable of. And I don't know, I see too much Shelton Benjamin. Not that it's a bad thing, but maybe he has to distance himself, maybe get a new look or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe Cesaro because he was on TV really. So I don't know, it's very open for the year. It always seems like we can't get enough new stars. Like I remember 2009, we had like Sheamus come out and Drew McIntyre.
Oh yeah, we had a bunch of great talent.
I remember in like 09, so.
Oh, DiBiase. Where's DiBiase at? Is that bitch still injured?
Oh god, I don't know. That DiBiase pause, he just has no charisma. It's just like everything comes off as like so like robotic with him. Like I don't know how the hell they did a marine movie. And I don't know who watched it either.
I think I saw it on FX once, and I watched like 5 minutes of it, and they were just shooting their guns, and then he was like, "Are you okay?" And then I turned it off. I was like, "Yeah, this is terrible." It was like
no personality. He just comes out there, smiles, like no big deal. I think he was doing the Tebow for a little bit. The Booker T, that boy doing the Tebow, and Michael Cole be like, "He's a loser."
Booker T. What an interesting personality. But now, time for the breakout star of the year. And this is for a superstar that's just broken out, melding himself into their own way. And I was going to choose Sandow for this, but I'm actually going to choose the former TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Austin Aries. I really felt that this year was his breakout year, and that people realized what a great talent Austin Aries was. I mean, the dude, like, he has had many great years in the wrestling business. I mean, it was shocking to me when I read that he got turned down for Tough Enough. I was like, what? They turned him down for Tough Enough, and the winner of Tough Enough is no longer in the WWE because he's a idiot. And like, to be honest, like, he's such a great talent, and WWE didn't really use him didn't try to use him. And then his first run in TNA was like a total flop. Like, the pendulum move that he does, like, as a signature, that was his finisher. And it was, like, ridiculous. Like, for a couple years, like, and he was teaming with that one guy, Roderick. I don't care about him. He's a loser. Like, they just held him back so much. And, like, ROH. And just to see him become one of the most entertaining exhibition champions since Samoa Joe. Like it's and Black Machismo Jay Lethal, of course, but just to see him, break out and become the world heavyweight champion when most people thought that wouldn't happen because they thought Bobby Roode would stay champion. I just think it's just so great just to see what Austin Aries has gone through, and he really has broken out to be probably one of the best stars that TNA has had in a while, and probably one of the best talents that the WWE should have picked up. And I don't care about his size. Size to me now in this world does not matter because I go into my school, my college, and I see kids shorter than me, and I'm 5'8", so which means I don't think size is a big deal in the wrestling world anymore. I don't think size is a big deal in general in this world, and I just feel Austin Aries has broken out into a star that is just waiting to explode even more. I just feel he has done a great job this year.
I can't disagree with that. That was actually my pick, Austin Aries. And it's just crazy how he had that great X Division run. He was a heel, then he turned face. And I'll never forget, I was watching, I think, Lockdown 2012. They were doing the Lethal Lockdown match. I think he got one of the biggest pops other than AJ Styles. Like, he was huge. And then, yeah, he was super over. I didn't get the heel turn at first, but now it's really benefited. I think he's doing great as a heel. By the way, that line, what did he say? When he was on the table and he says, he goes, Brooke Hogan, how do you do it? I was cracking up like fun. Dude, he is really good in that role. And then he's like, Aries knows best. And I know people compare him, oh, he's TNA, CM, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, he might be. But this guy's super talented. And yeah, I was always on the bandwagon. I was a little let down when he brought the paper on. He was doing kind of like a shoot thing with Jeff Hardy. I think it was like the week before Bound for Glory. That was really lame, but
yeah,
other than that, man, Aries has been top notch this year, and there's so many people with him, and you got to feel happy for a guy because there was at one point a lot of people say where he wanted to quit wrestling, he was done, and
yeah,
it's just a great story, and this guy should be a star for a long time, and who knows, maybe we'll see him in WWE someday, but it'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm happy for the guy. The only problem I have with him is that he's in Minnesota, but cheers for the Los Angeles Lakers. What is your problem? What are you doing? Cheer for.
Who would have thought the T-Wolves have a better record than the Lakers?
Ricky Rubio's back tonight, baby. Just saying. But it's just like when you see Aries and what he has done, it's just like, how do you not just be happy for a guy? Like, yeah, I know some people will be critical about him, and it's justified. When you're on the internet, you're mostly critical. But it's just like how happy are you for a guy that you know is a great talent? Yeah, he's kind of up there in age, but he's just such a phenomenal talent, and he just never got the opportunity, and he finally gets it, and then bam, it's just amazing. And one guy that I feel could have won this award if he became a TNA champion by the end of the year was the Cowboy James Storm. Really, because I thought this was a great year for the Cowboy, but TNA really dropped the ball on him big time, in my opinion, especially having him give up his title shot to Bobby Roode. Why? Why would you do that? You're an idiot. Like, that makes no sense to me.
He's one that face truly over. Like, he's big time.
I can't wait till him and Jeff Hardy lock it up. That's like one match I want to see at least one point in my life. But James Storm, you could have won it, but Austin Aries definitely deserves it this year. Now we're going to move on to Match of the Year. Now, Match of the Year, there's been a lot of, I've got to say, this has been one of my favorite years for matches in professional wrestling. Like, there's been so many good matches like this year. I mean, like every pay-per-view, almost I would say, this year for WWE and some in TNA, there has been capabilities of Match of the Year where it's been an Elimination Chamber match. WrestleMania has like 2 Match of the Years. Extreme Rules has that crazy Cena Lesnar mixed MMA, whatever you want to call it, brawler match. Like, like Over the Limit had Punk versus Bryan. Like every pay-per-view for WWE had at least a potential Match of the Year. Maybe SummerSlam was like a lackluster one because like Lesnar Triple H wasn't as great as it should have been. But still, like almost every pay-per-view this year has had a Hell in a Cell. Like, I don't know, what would you say it's Match of the Year? Oh, Sheamus Big Show was a good one. So like, to be honest, it's just like there's been so many good matches. But for me, I would have to choose 2. First one, I would say Daniel Bryan, CM Punk at Money in the Bank. I know it wasn't as technical as their Over the Limit one, which I think is the more popular one, but I really did like how they used AJ in this one. I think AJ did a good job in this match because I thought it was just going to be AJ up my fucking ass, like referee bumps, like it was just going to be so screwy, but it wasn't. It was just a simple wrestling match. They did some cool spots, like oh my goodness, like it was just a fun match to watch. Like I would watch that match again just because it was entertaining. And then the second match for me would have to be James Storm, Bobby Roode, end of the rivalry match. The reason why I wouldn't put it as first is because TNA kind of tainted it a little bit by having James Storm and Bobby Roode keep on touching. But still, that match was just phenomenal. I don't know why King Mo was there in the first place. And where the fuck is King Mo? Like, he made a debut. He made a debut, and he's like, see ya, bye. Gonna fight in Bellator now. Like, what is your problem? So, really, to be honest, I just think that Brian Punk at Money in the Bank is match of the year. Of course, Cena Punk and Brian Punk again, Jericho Punk, Taker Triple H, and all these other matches. They have the right for match of the year. But when I'm looking at it and I was looking over these matches again, I really just sat back and really did enjoy and really thought that was the best match this year. That Money in the Bank match with a lot of great spots and some good storytelling in the beginning.
The only reason I do not, I don't want to say liked my back. I honestly liked it, but I thought the finish was pretty anticlimactic with they did like a back suplex of the top turnbuckle through a table. It just felt like a little awkward. It was a great match, but I do prefer the over the limit one, even though that had a screwy finish too. It'd be nice to have a Punk Brian match with a clean finish, but you can't go wrong with either one. I would personally take over the limit one more just because I like more technical, and it really saved a pretty bad pay-per-view. God, Cena, John Laurinaitis at main event.
I thought Cena Laurinaitis, like, it wasn't bad. Like people like
moments.
It was entertaining. Like people like diss like that match, but I'm like, yeah. So let's not diss Austin versus McMahon at St. Valentine's Day Massacre. That was just BS until fucking Big Show threw Austin through the cage. I mean, you're gonna get those matches. Like I just thought that they did. Like I thought Laurinaitis was funny in that match with the whole super suit that he had. Like I thought they did a good job with it. Like I think they did well. Besides Big Show being like, "Oh, I'm turning heel." Like, what?
It was weird, but yeah, Punk Brian is definitely a big one for me. And in terms of matches, like you mentioned, a lot of good ones, a lot of honor mentions. But one match I really enjoyed was from Extreme Rules with Sheamus, Daniel Bryan, 2 out of 3 falls.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one too.
And intense, and I was watching like 10 people, and like half the people in the room were just yelling and not giving a shit. I'm like, dude, this is a great match. I'm loving this. And it was cool to see Bryan get at least one fall.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that one a lot. I think that one's underappreciated by people. I'm not saying it's the second best, but I would put it top.
Yeah, it's like so many people. Like the thing was, why didn't they do that at WrestleMania? Like that's what pissed me off the most. It's like when you look at that like 18 seconds BS that happened earlier this year. It's just like, to be honest, I actually think that made Bryan into a bigger star than he is now because everyone was kind of pissed off that Daniel Bryan got pinned in 18 seconds. That all the fans decided to come and say yes, yes, yes in the arena. And it helped Bryan's character a lot. So in a way, it did hurt him, but it did actually help him out in the long run. So really,
so over in Miami.
Oh yeah, the Heat were like chanting yes chants when at one game, or apparently like I guess it was before WrestleMania or something like that. Like a bunch of fans went to go to a Heat game and they were chanting yes during halftime. So.
Definitely, yeah. And yeah, he's becoming a huge star. It's funny this year. Everyone's been wondering. Third year of Daniel Bryan, as an active guy on Raw or SmackDown, whatever. And will he finally get a match? Because let's not forget, 2017 he was at the dark match with Sheamus for U.S. title. Now everyone's going to be wondering, can Daniel Bryan finally get an actual WrestleMania match?
And WrestleMania 28 came. He was the opener, and I was like, wow, opening again. Like for the World Heavyweight title, of course. And then Sheamus just beats him in 18 seconds.
Definitely. Yeah, it's a shame. But, he's a bigger star now. I think we got hope. Hope that he'll get a big match, man. And he'll be a big star. And I definitely see him as a future champion again.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think more WWE. I think more WWE champion than World Heavyweight. I think now the World Heavyweight title. Like, to me, how I look at it is that the World Heavyweight title is more like, you're kind of ready to be a world champion, but you're not like 100% like the best world champion. So we'll give you the World Heavyweight title belt. And the main players will be WWE champions. And I feel that he has the capabilities of becoming the WWE champion in the near future.
Yeah.
So I really feel like he does too. Like I don't hate Daniel Bryan. I know many people may think I do, but I don't hate the guy. It's just I just hate when people shove him down my throat like 5 fucking times like every
Yeah,
single night.
it gets over there.
It's just like stop.
Just like
I get it.
so.
He's a great wrestler. I mean, you don't need to tell me this. Like I know he's great, but definitely Daniel Bryan, future star, and I feel he's gonna benefit. Like he has had tremendous matches this year. Besides the one with Kane at SummerSlam, I think that's like the worst performance I've ever seen out of Daniel Bryan and Kane for that matter. But then again, Kane is getting older. But
Mm.
moving on forward, it's time for the big one, the wrestler of the year. And, really, to be honest, I would say this award is a two-man race between CM Punk and Bobby Roode. That's it. I mean, other wrestlers, they've done good stuff, but like Austin Aries, yes, most people will put in a case for him. But when you look at like how long those two were world champions and what they did for the company as characters as themselves, just shows what they have done. And really, to be honest, I think CM Punk has won Wrestler of the Year for me, being the world champion, putting on quality matches on pay per view, even though he wasn't the main event, still putting on very good quality matches, quality entertaining segments on Raw before he turned babyface. I mean, he and potential to be a future star. I just feel that he's been the wrestler of the year. I mean, Cena, yeah, the WWE focuses him more than CM Punk, but that doesn't mean Cena's better than Punk because I really think that they're like a good rivalry when they take breaks from each other. But CM Punk, he's definitely shown that he is the wrestler of the year. I mean, they wouldn't keep the title on him for no reason. So I really think that the WWE has done an exceptional job with the world title reign, and I really feel that he is the wrestler of the year. I really feel that he has done it all to really say to me, hey, you're the wrestler of the year. I really do feel like you had the best year out of anyone I've seen this year. Like that's what I feel like. I feel CM Punk has had one of the best years in professional wrestling in a long time, actually.
Yeah, I don't think there's much debate here when he's held a title this long and hasn't really gone still. There's a few months like, let's see if we do this thing, but Punk, yeah, he's awesome. He gets the most heat, and it's crazy because everyone was wondering, is he gonna get a lot of heat because he was so over as a face, he's so popular on the internet? And sure, there's places where he'll get the nice pop. I think Survivor Series he got a nice pop, but he's just so good at getting heat, and obviously Heyman helps him out too. But it took maybe a month for him to get huge heat. And sure, he's done some things. The Jerry Lawler thing's very controversial. No, I wasn't really a big fan of it, but there's gonna be moments of wrestling. You're not gonna agree with something with the guy,
Yeah.
but he's just put on so many good performances. And now doing this good Ryback. Taking so many heavy bumps. And sure, he's injured now, but he'll be back for by 2013, I assume. And he's been. He was my wrestler in 2011, and he's a repeat again. He totally deserves it.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to see what he can do with The Rock because I know he's gonna have some stuff with The Rock. And I know The Rock's gonna stuff for him.
Oh, Rock's already ready. I started laughing when I saw Rock when he wore the CM Punk Best of the World shirt
He
as a
looks like
workout.
he's on something, man. I don't know.
No,
It's just scary.
that's just a movie die. That the Rock was all like, "Shit, I gotta get big to fight with Vin Diesel and Fast Five." So he just got big. Like Rock does. Like most people don't know this, but building muscle for what he does to build muscle, he does a 2-a-days program. And most people, when they hear 2-a-days, they associate with like football, baseball, like type of practices where you go to them 2 times a day. Well, Rock pretty much does that, where he wakes up at 5:30 in the morning, go works out at the Simi Valley 24-hour fitness, and then afterwards, he wakes up. He goes at night, like at like 9:30 p.m., and he works out then. And he just pretty much works out craziness, and he needs that type of body mass for what he's going to be doing in the movie business. I mean, especially if he's going back as a wrestler. I mean, good a lot of body mass is good for you, keeps you away from getting injured. I mean, well, The Rock did get injured against Cena, where he was like, "Oh, I hurt my hamstring, but I had to finish the match." Like, what?
Yeah. That main match, it was good, but I thought it was just a little too slow, especially with Rock. But then you got a Florida guy after his injury.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see The Rock live. I saw his match with Survivor Series, even though I don't know, main event with Truth and Miz, it just seemed like a practice match. Like, it just seemed like, yeah, these two guys are going to do well.
Yeah, I think him and CM Punk will put on a great show. Like I think that, like Punk said, he wants to have a better match than John Cena. And I know most people are saying, Well, I think Stone Cold's going to come in this match because he's clear to wrestle. Settle down. CM Punk Stone Cold will happen. We don't know if it's going to be this year, but it will happen. Just settle down about the CM Punk Stone Cold. I think that's the match people want to see really badly. But my question is Austin even in shape? Is he? Because last time I heard of Austin, right now he's like hosting Redneck Island. Like,
yeah, I don't know what those cases. I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna be at this Mania, but I'm hoping in the rumored area, New Orleans, which I guess the Superdome is a good spot to do it in. I think it's a cool place, even though I do not like New Orleans since I'm a Falcons fan. But I do think it's fresh. You know, whenever you see New Orleans get a big pay-per-view, and I think it'd be cool.
I don't know, because last time New Orleans had a fucking pay-per-view, Hell in a Cell, last year, like, the crowd was dead half the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, let's hope, well, then again, has Miami ever been major? And I think a lot of tourists come in and help it. I remember Miami being a really hot crowd, or am I wrong?
No, Miami's never really been that hot. Like, Miami's shaky itself sometimes with there's like the Dolphins, like the Heat, obviously, where you have three big time stars to look at, but like you don't have a big star on the Dolphins. No one's gonna pay to see that guy. Like, really, to be honest, the one place I think they need to go to is Dallas Cowboys Stadium. That will just be that giant jumbotron screen. The people in the cheap seats, they'll be happy. Hell, I would buy cheap seats just to go watch WrestleMania on the jumbotron screen. I won't even care if I'm not even looking down on the ring. Well, I probably will be most of the time, but still, I think Dallas Cowboys Stadium would be a perfect place, especially if you're going to have an Austin there. I mean, what connection does Austin have with New Orleans? But with Dallas Cowboys Stadium, and especially if you're going to make 30 maybe Undertaker's last hurrah match or something, you know, that's the place I would put it at. Or they could put it in Los Angeles in the newly built football arena, and I will definitely go to that because the year they have that, the Super Bowl will probably be there. Yes, Super Bowl and Mania. Hell, fucking yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Exactly too, but I hope I know Austin's got one more left in him. I know he will. I don't think it's this year. I think people just gotta be patient. And when it happens, it's gonna be magic. And people like Punk, they should remember he's only got like 3 years left. I think. So
oh yeah, Punk.
They just have to be more appreciated. You know, they gotta appreciate
more. Because Punk, like most people don't notice, CM Punk already announced like he's retiring in 2015. And Cena, by the time 2015 hits, I'm pretty sure Cena will have like, and I'm not trying to say this because I hate Cena, but it's true because he's like injury prone, like 2 bad hamstrings, a broken neck again, maybe a hurt shoulder. Like Cena's so banged up, like people don't realize that this guy is like a walking corpse right now. Like this guy can get injured at any time. So pretty much his body's too beat up, and so pretty much in 2015 is like 2015 is gonna be a terrible year because like all we're gonna have left is Orton.
Yeah.
And maybe Sheamus, unless he decides, fuck it, I'm out of here.
We'll see for the future.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time. Maybe CM Punk will change his mind. Well, then again, the WWE, like they said, they don't want to give like Punk said in his documentary, they don't want to give me that main event because they know I'll leave afterwards because then I'll get bored. He said that, and I would be scared about that. Like, like imagine if that was like your quarterback for a team. It was just like, yeah, once I reach a Super Bowl, I'm done. It's like, what? Once I win the title, I'm done here. Like, I'll be so pissed off.
In terms of Punk, I think people want same thing. People should be more appreciative because remember, this guy was gone. I keep telling people that he might get still, but remember, this guy makes Raw still fun. He still does a hell of a job, and he might have not been here. So that's why whatever Punk does now is just a bonus for me. He's always been a big star to me, and very appreciative what he's doing. So.
Yeah, I mean,
one last thing before we end stuff is, since there's a new year coming, there's always going to be a new person, whether he's debuting, but we're going to go in terms of coming back. What's one guy that you really want to see back?
There's no question. Batista. That's all I want back. That's all I want back. I just want my Batista or MVP back. One of those two. Just please, one of those two. Please come back to wrestling.
I think MVP is very legitimate pick because there's been a lot of rumors. I know he denied on Twitter, but I think in a recent interview, he said like he's not he's definitely interested and he likes he likes the movement and I don't know what MVP would do, but I think he's just a solid hand and it'll be pretty cool to see him there. I think you'll be predicted right now that for the Royal Rumble he'll be there. So
Yeah,
and as
I
for
would love that.
Batista, I would really I've been never really a huge Batista fan. I don't know, I didn't like his attitude, but over the past 6 months I recently realized his value. Like, this guy was a huge draw. Nobody could deny it. Even though his injuries were a lot.
Yeah.
No, this guy's a huge draw. And for a guy that didn't really care for wrestling, he put on some pretty fantastic matches. And who could forget that great heel run? So
Oh yeah.
I've learned to be fortunate for Batista. I've become a fan, and I would love to see him back. Totally.
Yeah, I like I remember like people like say like you know the guy like he changed his perspective in professional wrestling because like he said on Twitter he's like, oh yeah, I don't think Daniel Bryan's ready to become world champion, but I do like the guy. I mean, I was supposed to squash him, but I said fuck that, and I decided to give him a 15-minute match. Like you know that he has appreciation for the sport. He's just not big into it. But yeah, those two are like the only two I wish would just come back to my TV screen. Those two.
Both guys are very open to their, they talk. They're not trying to be all positive. Like they express their opinions.
Yeah.
I like they're outspoken. Those two are definitely up there.
They don't say, "Oh yeah, I love what the WWE's doing." Like Batista even said, "I ain't coming back until the PG's fixed." MVP's
and
like,
based off the ratings right now, that could be fixed soon.
Yeah, that could be fixed soon.
Also doing 2.5.
Well,
who knows? There's a lot.
And also people who are saying, "Oh, Monday Night Football is a factor." Yeah, when you have games like Jets versus fucking Titans, I'm pretty sure that's not a big factor into
Eagles Panthers.
Oh yeah, Eagles Panthers. Like yeah, the only reason why I would watch that is so that way to see if Bryce Brown's dumbass is giving me fantasy points. Like
or football for the 19th time.
Oh, exactly. Like seriously.
But I do think they should go back to 2 hours. I do see that happening in February, but
and get rid of the Super Show. No more Super Show.
Yeah, I like to see the brands back because SmackDown's really just been. It seems like we see the same matches. Like Jesus Christ, what has been more this year? Freaking Jay Cutler throwing interceptions or Wade Barrett versus Randy Orton? There's your numbers for the year. What see more of? This seems like every week Randy Orton versus Wade Barrett.
Or Orton versus Del Rio. Or
it's just so stale, dude. If you want to look at things for 2013, Randy Orton as a heel and new fresh match. I cannot wait to see Randy Orton. Shut up haters who think he is stale, but that don't think he's like that great of a performer anymore because this guy's still a phenomenal performer.
I think I think he's still a great performer. I just feel that like right now, like people get this mindset, like athletes always get this mindset where when they're not happy, they tend to like just be stiff. And I feel that's what Orton's like. He's like, I'm not happy in the role I'm in. I don't really care that much. Whatever. Just gonna do what I gotta do.
I face Sheamus at Mania, only working as a heel, and I can't wait for that. I just want to see Orton motivated. I think he's motivated because he's getting more money, but
he
can't be happy. I don't think he's happy, but I'm definitely gonna see new match to Orton and silence his usual critics because I've always liked Orton. I know you're a huge Orton fan, but 2012 was a really big letdown.
Oh yeah. Bad year for Orton, like getting suspended, and then all of a sudden we hear that, oh my goodness, like fucking Randy Orton, it might get fired. Like what?
Yeah, it's like what? This guy was like from 2009 to 2011, he was arguably, like one of the biggest stars. Like other than Cena, this guy was huge, like, main event all the time, and now it's just like, where is he?
Yeah, Jack Swagger.
That's yeah, I don't know. That was a random
name. Jack Swagger. That's where he's at. Jack Swaggerland. Where you're irrelevant. That's where you go. Whenever you're irrelevant in the wrestling world, you go to Jack Swaggerland.
Putting a suit on Jack Swagger, I think, was the downfall of Swagger. Trying to make him into a serious champion.
Yeah, I like goofy Swagger. Swagger was a good kid. But he'll be back. He'll be stop smoking weed. I'm going to go smoke some. No, I'm not going to smoke some weed because weed is bad for you. Don't do it, kids. Do not do it. But
I will say something about Swagger, though. I would not be surprised to see him turn face to beat Cesaro for the title.
And ruin that title again. Jack Swagger will ruin that title again. I don't think he's a good champion right now. Like, Cesaro should just be U.S. champion for a while until they actually have a good babyface to take it off of him. Like maybe what they could do is bring Cassius Ono in as the babyface to take it off of him.
Cool.
That'd be
The only
cool.
issue is him. Does he have the same finisher as Barrett?
Who Ono? Ono.
Yeah.
Wait, is Barrett now doing the? Wait, I thought he's not doing the hero move anymore. He's not doing the random twist.